nearly a decade, she's been half of the duo that gets America going in the morning. And the passage of time has only endeared Kathie Lee Gifford that much more to her fans. Recently, Kathie Lee and I sat down for a chat.
Where would I be without you?
How would you describe your job to someone who has never seen live?
Fall out of bed, show up, and talk about what you did last night.
Is it as easy as that?
Oh, yeah. I guess I shouldn't admit it because then they won't pay me anymore.
For 10 years now, Kathie Lee Gifford has been falling out of bed and landing in the studio next to Regis Philbin.
Nothing sexual here. Maybe on her part, a little bit.
With her mix of wisecracks and conservative values, Gifford has tapped into the heart of middle America.
She portrays her family values, which I think is real important.
I leave the housework, everything. I have to see Kathie.
When she and I chatted, Kathie Lee and Regis were at Disney World's Epcot Center, taping their annual Mother's Day special. I suppose it's been a 20-year process to becoming the overnight success that you were?
28 years, but not even my parents noticed the first 8 years. Yeah, 28 years.
Did you know what you were working toward career-wise?
No, I never did. I just remember when I was a little girl, my daddy used to say, honey, find something you love to do and then figure out a way to get paid for it. And I never, ever thought that would ever happen to me in a million years. I wanted to be a clown.
What gives you the joy of your job?
The joy is doing what I love to do still. There is not a day that I sit there with Regis that I'm bored. I still adore him every day. I look forward to seeing him. I hear him coming down the hall when I'm in the dressing room, and I smile. I just love him.
Hey! What's been the weirdest job you've had?
The pilot I did back in 1975 was a review, and I was in black leather with a whip singing Have Nagila. Thank goodness the tape does not exist.
I'd like you to meet our Name That Tune vocalist, Kathie Lee Johnson. Come up here.
The tape that does exist from Kathie Lee's past is when she was the La La Girl on Name That Tune.
People come up to me and they go, oh, I remember you on Name That Tune, honey. And I go, we're getting old. That was 1977.
In 1985, Kathie Lee could stop worrying about taking on any more strange jobs. She was teamed up with Regis, and millions of Americans tuned in. After the birth of Cody in 1990, nearly half of New York's TV viewers tuned in for Mom's return. Now viewers feel they know 5-year-old Cody and baby sister Cassidy almost as well as their famous mother. Kathie Lee and Cody released a book entitled Listen to My Heart, about the experiences they share as mother and son.
Oh, thank you.
Proceeds will go to the Cody Foundation for Cassidy's Place. That's a home Kathie Lee and her husband Frank have set up in New York City for HIV-positive and drug-addicted children. You are busy enough as it is. Why take on something else?
About 5 years ago, right after Cody was born, I went to cover the opening of a facility called the Variety House for Children with Special Needs. And I had Cody in my arms. He was 3 months old. And I held my first AIDS baby, and that baby was 3 months old as well. And it was a life-changing experience for me. Frank and I just knew right then that we were going to spend the rest of our lives trying to change life for them.
But Kathie Lee isn't always applauded for her charity work. Her critics question her sincerity and accuse her of using her children to push her platform.
I don't give it a thought. Why would I waste my time on them when I have babies that are dying to help take care of, you know? I mean, I would never have lasted 28 years in this business if I had ever listened to the naysayers.
It's that confidence that Kathie Lee says got her through a frightening period 2 years ago when she was being stalked by a fan. He's since been arrested for rape.
He got 2 life sentences. He will never be out. I was never afraid of him for 1 second ever.
But you knew he was out there.
I knew he was out there, but I don't put my faith in anything other than the Lord above. And you know what? Those kinds of people thrive on fear. If they see your fear, that's how they get off.
Wait a minute.
When you look ahead to the future, you seem to have it all. What's lacking in your life?
For the most part, I wouldn't change anything. I have a husband I adore who loves me just for me. He wishes I wouldn't do anything but be home with him. it's real good to count your blessings, and I'm very blessed.
Kathie Lee is a very busy woman. Her book, her clothing line, and her new album of lullabies all selling well. When we come back, when Jim Nabors was told he had only months to live, a famous